Hello, my name is Stephen York. I serve as the pastor of the United Methodist Church in Stonington, Maine. Today's message that you are about to view is entitled Struggling with Difficult Texts in the Bible. The Bible is the most important book in the world to me. I have grown in my love and understanding of the Bible from childhood, and I am convinced that many people today are struggling with the Bible because of the hot button issues that are surfacing in these so-called culture wars. There's one thing I know about the Bible that is very important, and that is God is love. And that simply means that as I look at the Bible, as I read the Bible, I must understand that it is a story both in the Hebrew Scriptures and in the Christian Scriptures of our understanding of who God is and how He relates to human beings. I want to say to you this morning, as you listen to this text, we must look at the Bible and each other with eyes of love. Thank you for watching. I cannot remember a time in my life in which the presence of the Bible, the reading of the Bible, and the sacredness of the Bible was unimportant. In fact, I meant to bring with me this morning, but forgot, a copy, tattered now, of my very first Bible that my grandparents gave me when I was 4 years old. I preserved it for a long time. I think my children, when they were younger, got into my books or something and did something to this. Probably reflected their attitude toward my interpretation of the Bible at that point. I don't know. But I have the very first Bible that I was ever given, and it was given by my grandparents. I spent my entire life as a child every week being taught the Bible in Sunday school, church, more than once on Sundays, Bible studies, youth services, and special meetings. Great portions of the Bible were committed to my memory. And I appreciate the fact that that's part of my heritage. There is a line in St. Paul's letter to the Corinthians in which he says, we know in part about God, and we understand in part about God. That it is like looking through a dark glass or a foggy night in Stonington. We can only see so far. The Bible clearly says that no one has ever seen God or at any time, and yet Jesus talks about being the way, and he shows us who God is by his life in the Gospels. In the years that I have matured into adulthood, I have become increasingly aware of various points of view regarding the Bible. I think the most common view that I have encountered these days is that the Bible is a difficult book, hard to read, and irrelevant. In Christianity Today, which is an evangelical publication, it noted in a survey, which the participants must have been pretty honest, that a large percentage of fundamentalists and evangelicals do not read the Bible regularly. I find that is almost an oxymoron. One would think that someone who takes the Bible and uses it and proof texts with it all the time, would read it frequently. But in this respected publication, the story is that even those who take the Bible literally don't read it as often as I would think that they might. One of the things that I have to say is that my impression of the Bible was formed by my childhood. My grandfather preached the Bible. My great-grandparents preached the Bible. My father preached the Bible. My mother preached the Bible. My Aunt Vera preached the Bible. My grandmother Buka preached the Bible. Everybody in my family preached the Bible. When I was in my 30s, I think I counted 45 adults that I could name in my immediate family that were ordained. Yeah. Psychotherapy helps. When I graduated from high school, I went to a Bible college. And I've spent years, graduated successfully, years in a second seminary in Berkeley, which was Unitarian Universalist, and then years down in Dayton, Ohio, working on a doctorate at the United Methodist Seminary. I've seen the Bible from the perspective of the right, the perspective of the left, and then I've seen the United Methodist view, and I can tell you none of them agree with each other. I'm talking about the United Methodists. This is what concerns me about the Bible. I think the Bible is a wonderful book that is greatly unread and, when read, misinterpreted and misapplied. And it takes effort to read any book. The New York Times reported on research last year that 53% of Americans did not open a book, not even a light novel. And so it does not surprise me that we fail to open this book. And I think one reason is that there is a sense that it is irrelevant. The second reason, I think, is because what we know about the Bible, there are problematic texts. And I want to talk about them.